Hi, Epic Recaps here, and today I'm going to explain to you a 2003 romantic comedy film titled, Just Married. If you want to be spoiled, keep watching. The movie opens with the not-so-happy newlyweds, Tom and Sarah, in the airport. Then flashes back from the moment they met, up to the present time. The couple meets during a game of football on the beach when Tom accidentally hits her with a ball. A few months later, despite opposition from Sarah's wealthy family, they decide to get married. Although they are madly in love, each has kept one secret from the other. Tom doesn't want Sarah to know that he accidentally killed her dog, and Sarah doesn't want Tom to know she cheated with Peter Prentice, a childhood friend. On their wedding night, Sarah is too tired to have sex and begins to cry hysterically. Tom sweetly tells her it's okay and makes her laugh with jokes. Putting her back in the mood, they make out but end up butting heads, which results in a bloody nose. Giving up, the couple fall asleep in each other's arms. On their way to the Swiss Alps for their honeymoon, they attempt to join the Mile High Club but fail when the captain turns on the fasten seatbelt sign and they embarrassingly return to their seats. They arrive at the hotel and discover that Tom's friend Kyle left them a present, the Thunderstick A2000, a sex toy. Tom plugs the toy into the socket, but it isn't built for a European outlet and he shuts down the entire village's electricity when he tries to force it in. The newlyweds leave the hotel after Tom has a heated argument with the hotel owner and pays a large bill to repair the power. While trying to find another hotel, they crash their mini car into a snowbank. They're stuck until daylight and once again unable to consummate their marriage. Sarah and Tom make it through the night and the next morning, head to Venice, their next destination. Arriving, they get a ride from a truck driver and end up staying at a guest house, recommended to them by Tom's father. Sarah suggests they ask her dad for money, but Tom convinces her they can make it on their own, without his help. The guest house turns out to be a wreck, and they soon check out after Tom discovers a cockroach on his neck while the couple attempt to make love. The couple manage to secure a nice hotel with the financial help of Sarah's father, who demands that Tom pay the money back as soon as he can. The next day they go sightseeing in Venice, but Tom quickly gets bored and abandons Sarah so he can watch sports in a bar. Sarah runs into Peter, who is staying at their hotel on business. Worried that Tom will eventually find out, she confesses and reveals that she slept with Peter after a drunken night. Angry and hurt, Tom reveals that he accidentally killed her dog. After a large argument, they each storm out of the hotel and go their separate ways. Tom goes back to the bar, where he meets an American tourist named Wendy, and Sarah goes sightseeing on her own, where Peter follows her. The girl begins to flirt with Tom and the two end up dancing. When Tom realizes she wants to have sex with him, he makes an excuse and escapes through the bathroom window. He goes back to the hotel, only to find out that Sarah is with Peter. This prompts him to go back to the bar, where he sees Wendy again, and the girl clearly wants to have sex with him. Tom tries to think of a clever way to get out of the sticky situation and agrees to walk her to her hotel. Wendy tricks him into walking her back to his hotel and arrives in Sarah and Tom's room. Once in Tom and Sarah's room, as she is mounting him and trying to make out with him, Tom blurts out that he's married, and the girl finally leaves. Peter convinces Sarah to go with him for a drink, promising her a ride home. He eventually takes her home and kisses her, but she slaps him and tells him that she's on her honeymoon. Tom sees the kiss but does not see her slap him and assumes that Sarah is rekindling her romance with Peter. When Tom confronts her in their room, Sarah discovers Wendy's bra on the armchair. Tom tries to explain what happened, but Sarah doesn't believe him. Angry, she picks up a heavy ashtray and throws it at him, hitting Tom in the head. Peter bursts into the room and asks Sarah to run away with him to Seattle. Tom arms himself with a fire poker and starts shouting at Peter, breaking things in the process. Peter runs away, asking the maitre d' to call the police. Tom chases Peter out of the hotel where Tom and Sarah get arrested. Spending the night in a prison cell, Sarah suggests that her family was right and that she and Tom are too different and rushed into the marriage. Tom, tired of fighting, agrees with her. The guard arrives to tell them their friend Peter posted bail and then they're free to go. They angrily decide to go home to Los Angeles, returning to the opening moments of the film. The film switches to the present, where Sarah has moved out and Tom is living alone. Tom's father, after learning Sarah left him, advises his son to not give up, telling him marriage is hard and that he didn't need money to impress her. Taking his dad's advice, Tom tries to see Sarah at her family's estate but is not allowed through the gates. Desperate and out of options, Tom tells Sarah over the intercom that he isn't a lot of things, but the one thing he is deeply and madly in love with her. Finally giving up and leaving, Sarah opens the gate for him after overhearing his declaration of love. The two rush into each other's arms and proclaim their love for each other as her family, who finally accepts him, watches on. The end. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, leave a comment down below. For more movie recaps, don't forget to click the like and subscribe button. See you next time.